Ебать, Зай. Пиздец.
Hi everyone. I'm joined today with a friend of mine, Anya Koska, who is actually Ukrainian, and I'll let her explain exactly where she's from. But I thought it would be really important for you to hear from her side of the story because she actually has friends and family in Ukraine, and not just in Ukraine, right at where it's all happening, the actual invasion, right at the top of Ukraine. So, Anya, thank you for being with me. I know this is a really hard time for you. I can't even express how it may make you feel or how everything's going. But I guess the first question I have for you is, how did you feel when you received the news that Russia has invaded Ukraine?
Hi everyone. I couldn't believe. I gave call to my mom. She was staying calm because it was 5 a.m. in the morning. And I asked, is it true that they are bombing? She said, yes, they are bombing, but I'm actually surprised. I think people were just in shock. They didn't accept a reality straight away. So later started the panic. People started to run to shops, to ATMs to withdraw the money, to buy some supplies, because they didn't have any notice. No one expected that actually Russia gonna attack us. And later, when I was on the phone with my brother, I actually could hear big explosions. That's when I started to really worry. I was in big shock for more than a day. I couldn't sleep first night. Today I feel a bit better. So the situation is very, very terrible, horrible. People sleeping already second night in a row in underground, in the shelters, in the basements. The situation is very bad, and the sad thing that they can't leave. They don't know where. They don't have anywhere to go. For example, people from Lvov, from west part of Ukraine, at least they can quickly go to border with Poland, and I'm glad that Polish people and Polish government at the moment is helping us the most. They actually open their arms. They taking our people even to their apartments. They giving them the shelters, bread, and yes, they try clothes. They trying to help as much as they can. But this part of Ukraine, where I'm from,
And I guess, where are you from in Ukraine?
I'm from Kharkiv. Yeah, it's the second largest city in Ukraine. Very beautiful city with lots of parks and beautiful infrastructure and lots of universities, factories. I don't want Russia to destroy my city. I don't want war there. I don't want war in Ukraine. And another thing, I have friends, relatives in Russia as well, and no one supports Putin. No one supports this aggression. First, people couldn't believe because, as I can understand, on Russian TV they're showing lots of liars, and I'm checking Russian news and Ukrainian news, and obviously I'm here watching news from everywhere around the world because and Polish news because I know 4 languages, and I can understand actually what's happening, and the truth that Russia is lying. They're not saying all the truth. So I was talking to my relatives, and they said, "Oh, Anna, is it true?" Because they said that that's all fake videos and photos in internet, that people are hiding in shelters, and that Russia actually attacks you. And I said that's not truth, and they're lying to you. I sent her videos from my friends. I sent her the photos from my friends, kids sleeping in the basements. It is very cold at the moment in Ukraine. Yesterday was snowing. So, yeah, the situation is like this.
And you showed me videos from your actual city, and and I was sitting there with you while you're on the phone, and there was explosions happening all around whoever you were talking to, whether it's your friends or family there, and you could hear the explosions happening around them.
Yes, yes, that's true. That's what I said.
Ебать, Сань. Пиздец.
Probably I could hear first explosions because I started to get in touch with my family when it was 5 a.m. in the morning, when everything started in my city. At the moment, I have very close friends and relatives also in my city that is close to the border with the Russia, and I'm also in this part of the city. And they saying that situation is very bad, they bombing, and of course they trying probably to avoid the houses with people, but it is impossible because all these objects, all these factories, they destroyed the zoo. My mom told me, and my mom was staying calm actually for quite long period. She's a very tough woman. And yesterday I could hear that she's losing it, and my brother's fiance, she was also tried to calm me down, to calm my mom down, and she also had mental breakdown as I did. I'm happy at least today I can talk to you because I was just in horrible condition yesterday. I had sleepless night. Today I slept. I feel better, and I took some prescription medicine, so which keeping me calm.
I guess you've mentioned that obviously people in Kiev and Lviv and all those sort of places near the Polish border and Romanian border and all this stuff, they can get away, right?
Yes.
Well, they had time to get away.
Yes.
But your city is surrounded by Russian forces and no one can go anywhere even if they wanted to. Is that right?
They can't escape by cars. The same in Kiev, but I think at the moment the worst situation is in the Kiev. The worst situation. So I'm afraid that tomorrow Kiev won't be with the same government as now, and it is very sad that before conflict everyone was very supportive, and they were saying we will help you, we will support you, and at the moment all our people are in very, very big danger, and not much we can do, and not many people can actually help them because no one can get there, no one can evacuate them. Another relatives of mine, they are from Lugansk area near to Starobelsk, Svatovo. So my mom's cousin's daughter, she has her son, and they were in basement also for a few days. He was crying, he was devastated, he couldn't sleep as well in this basement. So when Pavel came to visit me yesterday, I couldn't even sit and talk to him because as soon as it's get morning in Ukraine, I'm trying to get in touch with all my friends and relatives, and if I can organize any help, I'm doing everything what possible. I know that Australian government launched some Ukrainian support visas, but the truth, people doesn't have big access to internet, they don't have time to apply for these visas, and they actually can't escape Kiev, they can't escape such city as I'm from. So I'm just begging everyone, I don't know, Australian government, as soon as it will come down, or governments will find some peaceful agreement, probably they will let at least buses, planes, helicopter to evacuate some people who wants to be evacuated, because not many people say that's our land, we're gonna fight for this land. I can understand that's our houses, like my mom said, unfortunately she said, they won't leave our house, and she's 62 years old. 2 weeks ago she almost passed away from coronavirus. She was in a hospital for 10 days. I had very hard last few weeks, and the last thing what happened is that's war. Yeah.
And I did speak to, before you did, before this interview with you, I did speak to Peter Biongini, the president of the Ukrainian community here in Queensland, and he has given me websites to obviously for people if you want to send money, support to Ukraine. So I'll put the websites in the description below this video and obviously here in the title as well. So please, if you can donate even $1, $5, it doesn't really matter. Any money will help to send foreign aid there and things like that. And as Anya is saying, it's extremely difficult to get away, and hopefully the Russian soldiers will honor the rules of war and not attack civilians, although they already have. And there's plenty of videos of tanks driving over cars, and there's a video on Reddit at the moment, and I can't post it here because obviously the video will get taken down, but it was on purpose. A tank was driving and a car was coming towards it, and the tank turned on purpose to drive over this car.
Yeah. Together yesterday.
This is a blatant disregard for you know, it's criminal war. It's the war crimes. It's war crimes, and I hope those responsible will get prosecuted. But to get away from these cities is extremely difficult, and I think it's going to be the aftermath. We will need as much support for these people as possible. So please, yeah, if you can, go to the website and donate and help out.
My friends actually begging for help. They're asking if we can help them, if we can evacuate them. I have a friend of mine, we were going to school together. She's asking, she didn't know what to do. She has 2 kids, she has small baby. I could see in the news that one woman just delivered baby in the hospital, or not in a hospital, but underground in Kiev. And really, I have so many people who's just asking, please take us from over there, because it's very scary, it's terrifying.
And you've got a lot of photos of your friends have been sending you photos of where they're living underground in basements, yes, and things like that. So yeah, so we'll obviously share them here as well. But the other thing is, we are very far away. Obviously, we're not a stone throw away, like from Poland, for example, where we can probably help a little bit more directly. But here in Australia and in Queensland, obviously there's rallies, there's protests. You went to a rally yesterday as well.
Yes.
And I see, obviously, you've got a lot of Russian friends as well. They came to the rally. So how do you feel about the support you're getting from the general community, not just Ukrainian?
We all just a people. Yes, I'm from Russian-speaking city, and I have quite a few Russian friends over here, and because I was in very bad emotional condition and physical condition yesterday, my friend, she took me, she drove me over there, even, it was very bad raining weather.
Yeah, we're getting flooded.
Yeah, we're getting flooded, so very bad weather conditions, and it was Friday, 3 p.m. So, but she said, Anna, not a problem. She jumped to a car, she picked me up, and she took me over there because my kids were still at school, and I said to my husband, please just stay with kids at home. I didn't want them to get wet. I went over there and I met more Russian friends over there. I gave call to my Australian friend. He's actually my husband's teacher from the TAFE. He's very supportive, so he came and he brought another girl with him. She's from Belarus, so I was very surprised. We are all people. I'm against any aggression, and I don't want Russian people also suffer from what's happening at the moment in Ukraine, because they're just people. That's not their fault what's happening, and that's not their fault that some of them are getting very badly brainwashed, unfortunately. Yeah. But most of the people, they are with Ukrainians, they're supporting us as much as they can, because at the moment, yes, I was telling, I don't know, did we talk about it?
No, so I guess the other part is, and I'm so happy that the various communities are sticking together, I guess, and coming to support the Ukrainian community. But as you know, in Russia, it's a little bit different. There's false information. Government controls the media, as we all know. I guess the other thing I want to talk to you about is, you said you've got family and friends in Russia as well, and they've wanted to post things about Ukraine and what's happening, and they've been literally threatened.
Yes, so what happened, I asked one member of my family if she can give an interview today for us, and then I realized probably that's not the good idea. And she said that just yesterday, she uploaded the story on her account, and she received a call from her husband, and husband received call from another friend of theirs who is connected with Russian government, and he's a military. So he asked, is she crazy? She should remove it immediately, otherwise they will be in trouble. They will have problems. So that's the fact. We can say names, we can do anything, but I also have lots of friends here. I don't want to have an argues with these friends, because I respect everyone, and I just asking and begging people to stay united and calm and supportive and really understand what's happening in Ukraine.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think this is the most important thing. I guess being here in Brisbane, we can't do much, but what we can do is obviously voice our concerns, share the posts, make the people that are doing this responsible and accountable. And I know we're saying Russians, but we're not talking about the Russian people.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Russian friends, just as you. We've got common friends. We're talking about the government and the military that is willing to go and do it. And I'm really happy to hear stories that some of the Russian military is laying down arms and they're joining, obviously surrendering to the Ukrainian forces. I'm happy to hear that obviously there's a lot of resistance, like the island where 13 soldiers died, or the poor soldier that killed himself on a bridge to blow the bridge up. This is, these are heroes trying to protect their own country. Ukraine is a sovereign country. It's not run by the Taliban. It's not a dictatorship. It's a democracy, just like Australia, just like the United States. Yes, the government might not be perfect. No government is, but it needs to be decided by its people, not by Russia.
And Ukraine has its own history, its own culture, traditions, language. It's not Russia. It wasn't part of Russia for 20 years. Many countries has left the USSR a long time ago, and Russia can't say that Ukrainian it's our country and we created Ukraine actually. But I was listening 2 or 3 days ago Putin's speech. It took me 3 minutes. So he mentioned something that Lenin created the Ukraine, like
the modern Ukraine.
Modern Ukraine. I just couldn't believe what he is talking about, and I believe some of the people will believe in it. They will, accept this information.
Well, the old saying, winners rewrite history, right? The losers never get to write history. It's the winners that write history. So Putin can say whatever he wants. Obviously, I'm really devastated about what is happening, because this is happening on Poland's doorstep, and I know how my city of Malbork is not far from the Russian border with Kaliningrad.
5 kilometers?
No, 80 kilometers from, I think 86, I think it is, from the border with Kaliningrad, and we have a NATO base air base in our city, and my family is telling me that they're scared. They're calling me and they're saying, how do we get away from this? There's no petrol in our town. The military is seizing petrol, and they're scared as well. So this is affecting everybody. It's not affecting Ukraine just.
The truth is, the whole world is scared at the moment. We're all scared over here, and I don't know. I am not. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can give any advice. I just begging to support Ukraine more and protect our people, protect sky above Ukraine. If someone can help, because I don't think money will do the thing at the moment. I could hear in the news that America just donated money to Ukraine and Poland yesterday, and Germany helmets.
Yeah.
That's a joke, I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
And but I was talking also yesterday to my friend. She's about 25 years as she lives in Germany, and they have Ukrainian community over there. She's also very worrying. Yesterday to Kharkiv, they sent a bus, and they were also taking people to Germany. Non-officially, they just did it by themselves.
Okay, well, yes, I mean, it's the Eurozone, so they can just cross the border, hopefully nice and free, and be let in and apply for refugee status, and hopefully return to their country when it's time to, hopefully sooner than later, to fix whatever damage Putin has done. So, Anya, I want to thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule, because obviously you're getting phone calls non-stop, I'm sure, and messages, and it is approaching the afternoon time, so it'll be very early in the morning in Ukraine, and I'm sure you want to start checking in on your family and friends. But I think it's really important that people know what is going on, especially from you, because you have family and friends right in the middle of it, and not just in the middle of it, exactly where it all started as well. And I think that's really important for people to know this. So please, yeah, go to the websites, voice your opinions, sign petitions, attend the rally. Are you going to next Sunday's rally?
Next Sunday. Yeah, I will attend this rally.
I'm going to go as well.
I'm going to another rally to support a woman with breast cancer,
Okay.
run for Matter.
Yeah.
So I thought straight after this rally, I'll go to our rally. Yeah, I'll go.
Seems like there's a lot of rallies, and I'm hoping, obviously, in Brisbane the weather clears up this time so we can have more people, because the weather is absolutely terrible. We're all getting flooded in.
Yeah, we should share this information with everyone, so probably more people can join us from different communities. Spanish club, many people knows me in Spanish community. We have many Brazilian friends, Russian friends, Hungarian, Serbian, all people who care, they can come and
So it doesn't matter where you are. I mean, obviously, I'm talking about Brisbane because we're in Brisbane, but all over Australia, if you find a rally, go and attend it, go protest. I know there's a rally happening right now. 200 people are outside the Canberra embassy in the Russian embassy in Canberra, or the consulate. I can't remember anymore, and I'll put it here. But 200 people are there right now protesting. So the more people are doing this, the better. I mean, hopefully someone's listening. Hopefully. So thank you again, Anya. I hope your family stays safe. I hope they get through this nice and safely. Obviously, this is a very difficult time for all of us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.